truly, Ben Stiller is a great actor. I mean, every movie he is in, he always puts his best forth into it. And last time I seen him in a really good movie that he acted in, I really can't think of one. The Walter Mitty one, that was one. Dodgeball, the first Zoolander. Like, anything he is in, he always does his best and he puts forth best. And I will say it right now, this is my favorite performance by Ben Stiller in his entire career, hands down. Brad's Status. This is a new little indie movie coming out. I've heard a few reviews, not a lot. I knew it had a high rating on Rotten Tomatoes, but I didn't go in this movie really excited. I was like, oh, I like Ben Stiller, let's go see it. I did not imagine myself walking out how much I really like this movie. Guys, if you have any money and you want to go see a really good movie, go watch Brad's Status. So basically this movie is about Ben Stiller, who plays Brad. He's a dad of this really smart kid, his own kid. He has a lovely wife. He lives in the Serbs. I don't even know. He lives in a nice house. He has a good job, but it's not an amazing job. But in his college days, him and his buddies always imagined what they would do if they became famous and rich. Well, his three friends all did that. They became big, they got a whole bunch of money, and they have these extravagant, exotic lives while he's just here living in the suburbs, that's the word, with his son, whatever, who is gonna go to college and is actually super duper smart to get into Harvard kind of level. So again, that's a story. It's a simple story, but then he reconnects with his old friends and he sees how their lives are like this, and his life is just kind of boring to him. But throughout the movie, he figures out his life is truly better than the others. And I have to say that's a great message. This movie has a great message to adults out there who have friends, whatever, or people they know who became millionaires and famous and kind of stuff like that. And then you are here who has a son who is almost going to Harvard. That is more proud and more capable of being happy than having all that money. And that is a great message, and this movie hits it out of the park. Listen, Ben Stiller, if I was an Academy member, I would recommend him for Best Actor. I know that's a lot to say, but he knocked it out of the park. There is one scene made me tear up. It hit me so hard. And this movie, and not a lot of movies do that to me, not a lot. And this movie hit it perfectly. The tone is great. This movie's actually kind of funny too. There are some actually very funny parts. I mean, yeah, they compare him to his friends and how he became rich and how he's just normal job, whatever. And it's funny to look at it like that, but truly, what he has is great. His relationship between his wife, who is Pam from freaking The Office, she's great. And then, of course, the son, whatever, he's great. He was in The Walking Dead. It took me forever to figure out where he's from. He's from The Walking Dead. And him and his son have a great connection. They really feel like father and son, going to look at colleges, whatever, going to Harvard, seeing if he can get at Harvard, what kinds like that. How his son's growing up, and how his dad is going through this phase, and his son helps his dad out. It is so emotional, and the dialogue is so good. It felt real. This movie felt like real life, things. I really felt like I was watching a guy named Brad go through a crisis of him looking at these other guys' lives and then look at him. The other guys who are famous, whatever, like Michael Sheen. Not Michael Sheen, what's his name? The guy from Underworld, I think that's his name. He's one of them, and they're all rich, whatever, and he sees how their lives aren't really that perfect. They have all this stuff, baggage behind them, when all he has is a great son, a great family, and he has a great life looking ahead of him, and it really hits the mark of emotional kind of stuff. I loved this movie. It hit every mark. It's got very funny moments, crying moments, sad moments, proud moments. It's a really good movie. And if I have any issues, the pacing, there's some times where I'm like, next scene could happen right now, honestly. But that is really only it. That is my only issue overall. Ben Stiller, I'm telling you, this is my favorite performance out of his whole entire career. I loved him. He was so good in this movie. Give him an Oscar. He won't get one. This movie probably won't get anything. I think it deserves a lot. I'm going to give this movie an A. It is so good. Go and see Brad's Status. You will not regret it. I promise you that. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoy this review, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.